All right, let's get comfortable. Zippity doo dah. Hey! Bus Jackson, Second Chair, Rosemary Dunn, Jalen Stokes, Melted Malk. Eric, how's everyone doing on this fine Thursday evening? Coming to you from the bunker, 83 cubits beneath the Earth's crust. Jalen Stokes asked, can I come back to South Carolina? I'm sure I'll be back to South Carolina. It's a state I visit fairly regularly. Oh yeah, I started a few minutes early. I think that's okay, right? Did not do the Titanic. I haven't done the Titanic Museum in either Pigeon Forge or Branson because they don't allow any filming or photos whatsoever. So it's hard to make a video. Traveling was it was interesting. Yes, Jerry's Keeper says that Disney is re-theming Splash Mountain. Let me give my thoughts on that for a few moments. I love Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is one of my favorite rides at Disney. One of, my best Disney memories is riding that 5 times in a row with my daughter. Me and my daughter would play the theme songs from Splash Mountain in the car and sing together. And I don't know. So it's hard for me to think of Splash Mountain as anything but positive. I love Splash Mountain. I'm sad. I'm really sad that they're going to get rid of Splash Mountain. Well, they're not going to get rid of it. They're going to re-theme Splash Mountain. I don't think there's anything on the actual ride that is offensive or questionable. Obviously, people have strong feelings about the source material, the movie, Song of the South, but yeah, but I hate it. I hate it's going away. I would say, like, Trevor, hey, wow, thank you for the ginormous super chat. Says, you're my favorite. Keep doing what you do and make everyone happy. You're the best. Well, thank you so much, Trevor. So that being said, I do feel like if you were going to pick a movie to re-theme Splash Mountain after, I feel like Princess and the Frog would probably be the best choice, excellent choice for theming. I just wish we could have a Princess and the Frog ride and still keep Splash Mountain. Yeah. I have seen Song of the South. It's not a good movie. The issues with the movie are that it perpetuates, thoughts about about slaves being, it brushes over some of the harsh truths of slavery in the in the South. I think it Adventures of Moon Man says it depicts slavery as happy-go-lucky thing. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much the problematic part. Um, so that's that's my thoughts. I wish I wish it could stay. I hope that's not too controversial of a statement. Oh, Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, they're taking down a statue of. I don't. I'm not. I don't want this to be. I don't want this to devolve too far, but that blew my mind a little bit that they were taking down a statue of Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, a very forward-thinking person of his time, the first man to have a black a first man to have an African American guest come to the White House. I can't believe. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't understand it. Demofly says, "Do you believe Disney siding with political agendas takes away from Disney charm?" Thank you for the super chat. I don't know if they're necessarily siding. I think they're just trying to make people happy. I don't. I don't know if that's really a political statement. I think they're just trying to be accommodating. And when you make a decision like that, you're going to make some people angry no matter what you do. Orange, thank you for the super chat. I hope you have a zippity doo dah day too. Shade the Day, thank you for the super chat. Says, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Would love to meet you if you come back through St. Joseph, Missouri, or close. Once this virus is over, I will look at doing some meetups. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I understand that it was a hard decision. What's the best part of being a YouTuber? Jalen Stokes asked. I think the best part of being a YouTuber is just having the creative freedom to create something and put it out there. Everything I do in my videos is for my brain, for my eyeballs. So it's great to have that freedom to create. I don't know. I really want to get down there to say goodbye to Splash Mountain. What do I think of the speaking out movement in wrestling? Oh my gosh. Ooh, a lot going on in the world, isn't there? Yeah, there's kind of like the wrestling. And for those of you not familiar, the wrestling industry is kind of having its own individualized Me Too movement, where it turns out a lot of people in the wrestling business have done some really gross, rotten things. A lot of men have been sexually abusive towards women, and it's really sucks to see. But it's good that people are able to speak out, and yes, Sammy Guevara got suspended, made some horrible comments. I don't know what he was thinking when he said those just nasty, nasty things. Yeah, I mean, as far as the protests go, I think the protests are great. I think it's encouraging to see young people um, showing that they have a voice. I think A lot of times in this country, people tend to get very complacent, and I think it's good to see people impassioned. I don't necessarily agree with every, you know, it's a lot of people protesting. You're not going to agree with everyone and everything they say. Yeah, like Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. Yeah, it was great. It's really insane. When he died, I remember that. What would I do to say goodbye to Splash Mountain? I don't know. Dang, so sad. What do I think about the whole Bubba Wallace news? What part of it? Bubba Wallace is a African American NASCAR driver, and I know that he spoke out against the Confederate flag. Blurry Cat, they are definitely closing Splash Mountain. It's confirmed by Disney. And Bubba Wallace, I think someone had left a noose, in his locker or something, or in his just nasty, awful stuff. People, people, people are people can really disappoint you. Rob G says, "Hope you, family, and cats are doing well." Well, thank you for the super chat. Me and my family and my cats are doing well. Someone says that the Bubba Wallace thing was staged. I haven't heard anything about it being staged. I don't know. You said someone said. Well, it's important who says something, because Orangey Orange. That is true. That quilt patterns were used by the Underground Railroad. See, I've always been a firm supporter of quilts and the quilt industry and the history of quilting. Demofly, thank you for the super chat. We need more Carpetbagger careening down a mountain. I'm sure there will be plenty of mountain careening going forth with this channel. Oh, the possum. Thank you for reminding me. I found, for those who don't know, I shared it on my I found a possum, a very small possum, in my garbage can. I don't know how long it had been there, but it, I guess, apparently fallen in the garbage can. I guess probably trying to get to the garbage, and it kind of sat in a near empty garbage can for I don't know, but there was flies everywhere, flies swarming around the trash, and then so I got him out, and this is interesting because I didn't know about this, but he had like these yellow, these like crusty looking yellow things all through his fur. Look kind of like what's it, like corn pops in his fur. Well, those actually are fly eggs. So the flies had laid millions and millions of eggs in his fur. They weren't hatched yet, I guess, because they weren't moving, but they were like crusty bits in the in his fur. So we know a few different people that do animal rehab. So my wife started making some calls. I tried to pull some of it out. I kind of figured out what it was. There's so much of it, and then luckily we got a hold of Caleb from Catman 2 Cat Shelter. I've done videos there. They also are associated with the Museum of the American House Cat. run by my friend Harold Sims. And so she got a hold of him. He was like, "Can you bring the possum right now?" I was like, "Absolutely." So got the possum, and they took the possum, and by the time I got home, he had sent us a picture where he had given the possum baths, pulled all the eggs out of the fur, and he was it was completely clean. He said, but he wasn't eating. He said, we don't know, we don't know if he's gonna make it unless he starts eating, because he's very very dehydrated and very very emaciated. But actually, by the next morning, he was eating and drinking water, and seems to be doing good. So probably be released back into the wild once he gets healthy. Ryan, no, I didn't know Justin Scard had a brick. Otherwise, I would have looked for it. But I hate to see animal suffering, because like if those eggs would have hatched, then the maggots would have started eating him alive. It's just a real awful thought. Mm. Rudy614, thank you for the super chat. Says the Teddy Roosevelt statue has Teddy on horseback with a Native American and a slave on each side. Look like they're almost hanging on. So I guess that's the issue, is that it looks like he's up on his horse, and then there maybe makes him look better because he's white. I didn't I've been to the statue. I've shown the statue in a video. I didn't interpret it as having a negative connotation like that. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not the best person. If if it makes people uncomfortable, I'm willing to understand and listen. I'm willing to listen to people explain things. Help me explain. Let me throw this out there, because I feel like we're getting down into the muck again. But oh, why is my mandolin in Rwanda? I'll answer that in a second. Remind me, why is my mandolin in Rwanda? Um, the thing I was going to ask is the Dixie Chicks. They changed their name to the Chicks, and Dixie Stampede. Um, they changed their name to Stampede. So, can someone explain to me? And this is serious. I'm not being facetious. I always thought of the Dixie is just meaning the South. I don't see why it necessarily has a negative connotation to it. I mean, I'm willing to listen to someone. I want someone to explain to me why the word Dixie is offensive. I don't find it offensive personally. I mean, I'm always willing to have an open mind and listen. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, now why is my mandolin in Rwanda? Um, I tried to learn to play the mandolin once upon a time. I don't know why I picked the mandolin instead of something easier, the guitar or something like that. But I loved I loved the look of the mandolin. I like fell in love with just the look of the mandolin. I love bluegrass music, so I decided I'm gonna get the mandolin and I'm gonna learn how to play it. And I bought books and DVDs. Oh man, I sucked. I could not even like my white privilege is showing. Well, okay, then I'm willing to hear people explain it to me. I mean, don't just call me a dummy. Educate me. So I was playing my man. I was trying to play on the pen man. It just wasn't coming together. And then I was in college at the time, and a girl was taking um, a mission trip to Rwanda where they were, and one thing that they were saying was that they were Lady Antebellum's already changed their name. That's already happened. So the a girl in my class was taking one of donations of musical instruments, and what they do with the musical instruments, they give it to children in Rwanda who can play music on the streets and learn and earn money by playing musical instruments on the streets. And um, I donated my mandolin, and it was given to a little Rwandan child who was really excited about figuring it out, learning how to play it like a little, because he was a little guy, and it was like a little guitar to him that like fit him. So somewhere in Rwanda, my mandolin is hopefully, the young man that got it still has it. Okay, here we go. The Adventure Jar. Thank you for the super chat. Says, as a definite geographic location within the United States, Dixie is usually defined as 11 southern states that seceded late 1860 to form the new Confederate States of America. But what does that make it about? But how does that make it offensive? I mean, Andrew Parrish, thank you for the super chat. So you should do 100% do a video on Indiana Beach when it opens back up. Saw your t-shirts. Worked there for 2 years. Lots of mafia stories. I didn't know the mafia connection with Indiana Beach, but I am hoping to make it back up there. Yeah, the word Dixie, doesn't it come from the Mason-Dixon line? But it's different. I don't know. I don't feel it's the same as Confederates. Like if they were called the Confederate Chicks, I could say, yeah, probably need to change that name. Yeah, I was really bummed that Buck Adams' place was not open. They on the internet. It said they're open till 8, but the sign on the door said they're only open till 4. So I guess they, uncertain in these uncertain times, we don't know when stuff's going to be open or closed. Do I plan to visit the George Floyd's grave in Houston? That's interesting. Sam Allard, thank you for the $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you for your work and continuity. Well, thank you. Princess Bubbles says, is that Dixie's most associated with? I don't know. As someone who's lived in the South for over half of my life, I don't know. I just don't think of it that way. Andrew Parrish, thank you for the super chat. Says, rumor has it that Mafia used to float money through the park to clean it. Bullet holes in the sides of ballroom mafiosos hid there from Chicago. Oh, wow. Xena Girl asked if I've been to every wax museum in the United States. No, I have not. There's about 3, in my estimation, I've not been to. There's one in Wyoming. Wind River, I think it's called the Wind River Visitor Center. And then there is the Gunfighter Wax Museum in Dodge City, which is currently closed because of COVID. And then Monterey, California has a wax museum. Jeffrey and Moody says, blessing to you and your family. Ever been to Kentucky Kingdom in Louisville? I have never been there, no. Yeah, Ryan, yeah, that's interesting. Monster Mansion at Six Flags Over Georgia did change their name from Monster Plantation. I kind of understand it because I think plantation does have that like connotation with slavery. To me, I don't know. This is just my personal figure. I can understand a little bit the word plantation. The word Dixie seems more innocent to me. Melissa Winston, thank you for the enormous super chat. It says, very kind of you to get medical treatment for the possum, and by doing that, you saved its life. Well, thank you. I thank you for the super chat. And I just, I'm an animal lover. I hate to see animals in pain or suffering. Princess Bubble says, never see anyone say Dixie is offensive. Yeah, I really have not seen people say that either. That's why I'm wondering why Dixie Chicks and Dixie Stampede changed their name. I don't know. It seems unnecessary. Oh, what's this? Joey's Adventures Museum of Failure is still traveling? Oh my gosh, I'd love to return to the Museum of Failure. That's one of my most popular videos of all time. Problematic. Morty and Beard. Yeah, Dixie Carter have to change her name. What people are actually named Dixie. So, like, what would you feel if your name got canceled? Rosemary Dunn says Dixie was the title of a song used to protest integration of schools. Okay, the song Dixie. That's problematic. But aren't you like taking several, what do they call it? Several degrees of racism here, where it's a racist song referring to a location. Does that make the location racist? I don't know. Bart the Gamer plays. Thank you for the super chat. Says, what do you think about Splash being themed? I talked about a little of beginning of this video a little bit, but my general thought is I'm sad and I'm gonna miss it. I understand the movie's problematic, but I feel the ride itself isn't problematic. Here's the thing. Matthew says, yes, the South is predominantly racist. No, you're an idiot. The South is not predominantly racist. There's racist people all over the country, all over the world. Like, was it a Southern cop that killed George Floyd and smothered him to death in the street? What is it? A Southern cop who shot Castillo in his car just for owning a gun? Seems like there's a lot of racism all over this country. Yeah, what was it? Well, Breonna Taylor, maybe that's Southern because that's Kentucky. But still, is the fact that the South has more African Americans living here than any other region of the country. You can't paint everyone with the same brush. Are there racist people in the South? Absolutely. Are there racist people in the entire world? Absolutely. When you lump people together like that, when you say all Southern people are racist, you're doing the exact same thing that racist people do, and that is painting everything with a broad brush. It's what racist people do. They put all people of one color and they say all people are the same way. And when you say that all people in the South are racist, that's what you're doing. You're putting all people in the same category, and that's offensive. Cat cover Fortnite. Thank you for the super chat. So, have I been to the Mutter Museum recently? Any other medical museums I know about? I have been to the Mutter Museum. They do not allow filming, but I did a little review video. Was it the National Museum of Health and Medicine outside of outside of Washington, D.C. Matthew says, "Do you know what the Confederate flag stands for? Where does Confederate flag mostly stand?" Let's look at something. Let's look at something. What's happened under the American flag? Slavery, for one. Slavery existed under the Confederate flag for 4 years. Um, Slavery existed for a hundred years under the American flag. The American flag flew over Native American genocide. So, should we change the American flag? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you to decide. I think I saw Morty in there saying something about wrestling. Yes, I saw. I see that Supreme Wrestling had a show. Were you there, Morty? How did that go? What do I think of Disneyland indefinitely closing? Well, Disneyland's been indefinitely closed since March, so it'll be back open at some point. Morty, you've not made your return. You know what? I think it's awesome, Morty, that Supreme Wrestling survived. That it this I know this pandemic was terrible for independent wrestling. So I'm absolutely happy to see Supreme Wrestling still alive. The wax hands put away right now. I haven't. Santa Girl says, "How was the people traffic in Branson?" Um, it didn't seem as busy. Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Pigeon Forge much more. Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge much busier. Laura at the Cobra in the window is $180. I just can't. Yeah, Joey Ryan's wrestling promotion is shut down, but that's for different reasons. Yeah, there's been some. That's been a huge development in wrestling. Um, is yeah, sexual assault. It's horrible. Denise Armstrong says racism is taught in the home from birth to death. It can end in a moment when you realize that flesh is flesh and blood is blood. Yeah, I hate racism. Morty, yeah, what's going on with Jim Cornette? I just read a very small bit about that, and it seems super weird. Santa Girl, thank you for the Cobra donation. Maybe I'll buy that Cobra. Maybe I'll buy that Cobra. I'm kind of a cheapskate. I don't like to spend a lot of money on cobras. All the taxidermy that I have has been super cheap. Gator feeding, really the best two words in the English language. I don't know. Maybe lemur playtime is a better word. Demofly says, didn't know all lives matter is offensive to some. Here's the thing. The term Black Lives Matter comes from the fact that black people are disproportionately killed by police. Black people are disproportionately convicted of crimes and given harsher sentences. So the statement Black Lives Matter in no way is saying that the only lives that matter. They're saying when you see Black Lives Matter, think of Black Lives Matter too. Bart the Gamer Plays. Thank you for the super chat. Says, can you give a shout out to Flower Peep and Annie? Sure. How you doing, Flower Peep and Annie? Twinkies or cupcakes? Try not to think about that sort of thing anymore. Chuckster, thank you for the super chat. Good evening from Orlando. Good evening from North Carolina. Oh, this is water. I'm trying to drink more water. You know, I don't go into my health in depth in this channel anymore, but let me just say, the lockdown, I ate like a cookie monster, and and it needs to stop. So, oh Morty, I think I missed your cornet answer. Say it again, and I'll keep a close eye out for it. There's 315 people in here. I gained some serious weight. I'll be honest with you. Jalen Stokes says, do you know how scary it is being black? I love my skin color. Then I have to worry about being stopped by cops and not know if you're going to live or die. You know, I've heard that same thought, that same fear from a lot of black people. So, yeah, I think we need to take that very seriously. No more black people need to die for absolutely no reason. That's the thing. Like, the thing, like the George Floyd stuff like that. Just there's no reason for it. No reason for it. Ryan Nodal says, what's the best tip you can give people who visit theme parks at this time? Take it easy. Wearing a mask in the sun can be a little intense. So don't push yourself too hard. Take breaks, drink a lot of water. What was my favorite car at the movie car museum at Second Chair? I think I like the Tommy Boy car, even though it's not technically on display at the museum. I think it will be on display at the museum. I know that if because I know the owner of the museum, Scott Velvet, that was like he had been looking for that car forever. Senegal Dragon Con print is still happening. Like they promise it's happening. Because oh man, we'll see. Universal in Orlando was so empty last Saturday. Well, maybe I should go. I'm worried about it being super crowded. I missed the cornet comment again. I'm sorry. Okay, Morty, text it to me and I'll read the text. me say something. This masks. Apparently, this is controversial, but I really think people need to wear the masks. There's a lot of evidence that shows. I think the statistic was if two people come in close contact, one person is positive, one person is negative. If both of them are wearing masks, there's only a 5% chance that that virus will be transmitted. So if everyone wore the mask, we could get out there. We can do that. That could stop another lockdown from happening. If we could all agree that the masks work and we could all do it. End of sermon. They just made masks mandatory in North Carolina. I think that goes into effect on Friday. I agree with it. I support it. Brian, yes, a lot of people wear the mask under their nose. I don't really understand what that is. I mean, I do understand. It can be uncomfortable, especially when you're not used to having something on your face. But I think it is actually. I do think it is. I've heard that the people that are wearing the mask under their nose. I've heard that that it's better than not wearing a mask at all. It's still better to have it. You really should have it over your nose. Senator, why are people wearing a mask while driving? No, I don't understand that. I don't get that. I've heard of people wearing masks while they drive. Okay, Morty just reported to me that apparently Jim Cornette forces guys to have sex with his wife while he watches. It's disturbing. And I guess in order to get ahead, that's definitely wrong. That's weird. Chuckster says if cast members have to wear masks, the least we could do is wear masks. Also, that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing to. That's one thing people you need to think about. Like, there's people that have to wear masks every day, all day for their job. You go into a restaurant, the staff, the servers, they have to wear a mask for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours at a time. I don't think it's too hard to ask that we wear a mask when we go into Walmart. Yeah, I mean, I don't enjoy wearing them. I would rather not have to wear them. But I would rather wear a mask than be locked down again. Where did I get my hat? Then it's one thing that's hard is finding a mask that like works for you. I have spent a lot of money on masks trying to find like a good fit. I found some that I like on Amazon. I've not found the perfect one, but I found of the ones I've gotten, there's ones that I like the best. No, I will wear them. I will wear them in order to do things. Secretary asked if they still had the gremlin at Smoky Mountain Audi Shop. Oh, did that? Did I show it in the video? I thought they did. Cat cover. Thank you for the super chat. Says they wear a mask in the car so they don't forget to put one on in the store. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't hurt anything to wear it in the car. I just, when I get in the car, that's like, first thing I pull off. Chiffon spandex is the best fabric. Yeah, being locked down was miserable. Joe Carvalho, thank you for the super chat for cat treats. We'll make sure my cats eat well. Yeah, I've seen some people do that where they hang their masks on the rear view mirror to help people. I've wanted them to get a custom face mask. Thank you, Hookah Dave, for the super chat. As a memory of my wife, Benito, who passed away from kidney failure on June 10th. She loved watching your videos with me. Peace, love. I'm so sorry about the loss of your wife. I absolutely can't imagine how horrible it would be to live. I've been fortunate, about I haven't lost a parent. I lost grandparents. I've not lost a parent or a wife. That would be horrible. So Dave, yeah, so sorry. Thank you, Dan Burden. Do I still have the pith helmet with the fan? Yes. I still have most my pith helmets. What are the thoughts on the lockdown this morning? Well, I feel like at least where I live, we're not locked down. I mean, here in North Carolina, we're having where our numbers are bad. They're up. So I was still able to travel. I've got a bunch of videos filmed. They'll be coming up in the upcoming weeks that I think you guys will enjoy. My fan of Boogie's tattoo. Yes. I really can't believe he got a tattoo. Like, I was joking. I joke with him to get a tattoo, and he went and got one. Are they shooting off fireworks in your neighborhood? Someone was shooting off fireworks the other night. I don't know why. Am I planning on visit horror houses in Halloween? Horror. Let me pronounce that very clear. Haunted horror houses. Yeah, I really hope the Halloween happens. Zach McCone says, "How do you feel about meeting fans?" I really love meeting people. It means so much to me when people appreciate what I do. It means the world to me. Right now, I can't do any planned meetups because of the virus. I'm gonna be maybe when the virus is done, we'll do a meetup. Dan Burden says, "Where did you get your hat?" It was sent to me by Catch a Kitty. Someone who now that you mentioned, I've not seen in the live stream in quite some time. Mickey's Not So Scary was canceled. Second chair. Yes, I finally had someone with me, so I get to ride a Ferris wheel. If anyone thinks that this virus is a hoax, oh my gosh, I feel sorry for you. How can I even be mad? I'm gonna make a carpetbagger mask. I don't know. I don't think they have them on Spreadshirt or anything like that. I mean, calling it a hoax is super offensive to people that have lost their lives. Dan Burden says, "Would you tell my son Darren happy birthday?" Absolutely. Happy birthday, Darren. The dust storm. No, what's the dust storm? Is there a dust storm coming? From Africa? Yeah, if someone says it's a hoax, I'm gonna block them. That's just, I'm not gonna deal with that. Saharan dust. When's it coming? That's insane. All right, we have our first person getting blocked. So Saharan dust, is it gonna kill us? What's it gonna do? Like, we need a freaking dust storm right now. What the heck? Policeman Puppet, thank you for the Canadian super chat. Yeah, second chair. We have the masks already. Trevor Beck asked my thoughts. Thank you for the super chat. Asked my thoughts on a Twister reboot. I still haven't gotten around to seeing the first one. Dust storms, plagues, racial riots. This is not a good year. Well, maybe the protest. Maybe some good will come out of that. That's good. This virus? No, that's not good. That's bad. Dust storm. Someone said it makes good sunsets. Hopefully it doesn't kill anyone. Demofly, thanks for the super chat. Says, have you ever seen or thought you've seen a UFO? Please, when I'm done live streaming here, go watch my video from Area 51. I get something on camera there that I'm not sure what it is. JJ, thank you for the super chat. Says, for a gallon of petro on your next trip. The end is nigh. Dust storm. When's it coming? When's it going to be here? Is it already here? Is it outside right now? Some lakes are changing color. They're turning to blood. Well, I just added that last part. That was a bit dramatic. But still. The dust gets to Texas tomorrow. Where's my globe? Champagne-colored eyes says, hey, Jacob, greetings from New Jersey. Wondering what your thoughts on submechanophobia are. Okay, I'm very interested in the fact that you brought that up. What is submechanophobia? Submechanophobia, is this like a new trend? Because my videos, one of my old videos from Jurassic Boat Ride started getting a bunch of views where people were making comments about submechanophobia. And when you search YouTube for submechanophobia, that video comes up. My Jurassic Boat Ride video comes up. So it's like, yeah, it's that. is it popular right now? When I hope I hope what they're saying about the vaccine in January is true. That we could maybe start off 2021 a little better. I think. Suey Leo says, "Come to Tallahassee. We have a cool museum. Which one? What does my T-shirt say? Woolly Mammoth. The Woolly Mammoth Oddities store in Chicago. Yeah, a shirt's for sale in the Spreadshirt shop in the description of this video. Oh, wow. Gib First says they're doing a $5 million renovation on the Lincoln Museum at Harrogate. Come check it out when it's done. I absolutely will. I don't have hats for. I don't sell hats like I have. I don't even know how to sell hats. I can't sell my hat. I need my hat to cover my head. Have I been to Omaha? I don't think I've been to Omaha. Ryan Nodahl says, "What do you think of another channel using your Jurassic Jungle Boat Ride video?" What channel? What channel's using my video? I'll burn them to the ground. Who's doing that? Will my wife do any more chats? I don't know. That's all up to her. I think the possum's doing good as far as I know. Last update from Caleb was the possum was eating and doing well. Expected to make a full recovery. Bart the Gamer, thanks for the super chat, says, "Give my friend the Flash is on YT a shout out." Well, then a shout out goes to the Flash is on YT. Adam doing a diet for 40 days. I think that's cool. I don't like, personally, I don't like putting my personal stuff like that out there. Again, I don't have any objection to anyone else doing it. I just personally don't like. I've done that in the past where I've shared personal health information and I didn't like the direction it went in. SG, what was your favorite? What was my favorite place to go in Pigeon Forge? Also, thank you for the super chat. I love the Jurassic Jungle Boat Ride, like one of my favorite places. Mr. Tombstone Legendary Master is the guy that pretty much uses your videos but acts like it's his. Well, I'm going to have to maybe do something about that. Who is this person that's stealing my videos? Jason G says, "How often do you make unplanned stops on your trips?" I mean, I do. theme park crazy about submechanophobia. I'll look into it. I'll see if I care enough to make an issue out of it. I do, I do make some unplanned stops, but I do a lot of research ahead of time. So, most of the time I do know about stuff in the area. How did my friendship with Boogie start? I met Boogie through Adam. JJ says, I've seen the actual video with you and friends at a chicken restaurant. I want to know more about your friend that did the challenge. That's my friend Danny. I met him at work. He moved away years ago. So his wife could go to school, and they're doing really good now. Average Josh asks if I've been to every Ripley's. Yes. Yes, I have been to every Ripley's in the United States of America. ScotiaCon says the government could have chose something else besides masks. I don't know what that means. Second Chair says, ask if the local teddy bear museum is open yet. No, museums are not allowed to be open under North Carolina Phase 2 regulations. I don't really understand that. I don't understand why stores can be open and museums can't. I don't see museums as being like really bad because you can maintain 6 feet in museums pretty easily. In most museums. Is the quilt shop open? Yes, I think the quilt shop isn't open. Yeah, museums are open in most states right now, but not North Carolina. Brian says maybe stores sell essential things. Well, stores can sell essential things, and stores can sell non-essential things. Okay, so champagne colored eye says yes. Look into submechanophobia if you have some spare time. It's really interesting. It's fear of submerged, partially submerged man-made objects. It's trending a lot. Well, that actually, I've been feeling the trend. I didn't really understand it, but yes, apparently the Jurassic Boat ride, my Jurassic Boat ride video is popular with people that are fans of submechanophobia. Morty and Beard, thank you for the super chat. This is good news. Beard has decided to come out of quarantine. New videos and live streams from Morty and Beard coming in July. Message approved by the Carpetbagger. Now, he just put that in there that I approved of the message, but you know what? I actually do approve that message. Check out Morty and Beard. Beard has crawled out of his beard hole and will be joining Morty for some videos. Imagine falling into the water, Jurassic Boat ride. Oh, I bet it's delightful. Cynthia Queller says the term beard hole sounds gross. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. SG says they think everything should be opened. I don't know. I don't make policy. I do think wearing masks could be the key to opening up more stuff, but people, I don't know why they're being so resistant about it. Keith the chef asked if I've been to Mount Rushmore. Yes, I have a video from Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I don't know about someone asked about haunted houses. I take things, you know, day at a time. Um, so they saw the Cheerwine Punch, $20 on eBay. Wow, I should have been stocking up on Cheerwine Punch when I had the opportunity. I drank it all though. Daniel Planner says this because people think they'll look silly wearing it. Well, you know what? If everyone's wearing them, it's not so silly, right? Good night, Xena girl. Acorn girl. No, I will not be joining Adam the Woo on his weight loss challenge. I just don't want to do anything like that in public. If I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do it in private, on my own. I shared medical information on this channel before, and it got weird. So I decided you do have to draw. Everyone has to draw a boundary somewhere, and I choose to make that boundary that I do not talk about my personal health. Cynthia Queller, beard hole. I just picture a basement with walls covered in other people's shaved beard hairs. Maybe he can make a music video titled Furry Walls based on a scene from the movie Get Him to the Greek. Oh, yeah, I remember that, where they had the fuzzy walls. So, yeah, if Adam wants to do that, I think that's great. But, you know, Adam knows. Adam knows what it's like to share personal information, so he can make that decision for himself. I make the decision that I don't do that publicly. Alfred says, any thoughts about states removing their statues and also they're removing the cross? I don't know. I mean, it's up to the cities. The cities to decide, you know, especially if it's on government property. The people of the community need to decide if they want it there or not. You know, I think there's other possibilities for, instead of just straight up removal. I think you could maybe put educational displays next to statues, explaining why it's there, why it's problematic. Good night, Hookah David. Again, I'm so sorry about your loss. Morty wants to make a exercise instructional video. Morty, I don't know if me and you have a right to tell anyone else how to exercise. Adventure Jar, thank you for the super chat. Is that Baby Jesus? Yeah. This is. I got a blow mold. Baby Jesus, right there. The King of Kings. When's the last time I got really lost on a road trip? I don't get lost too much. Modern GPS technology does a pretty good job of keeping me from getting lost. Is there any other small dark boat rides in Pigeon Forge that I've seen documented? Well, Pigeon Forge, you got the Jurassic Jungle boat ride. Then you got Blazing Fury in Dollywood. And then Earthquake the Ride is a dark ride in Gatlinburg. Morty, why did you postpone your survival challenge. You should have done the survival challenge during the pandemic because you guys would have been far away from the pandemic in the woods. You know, my rule for roller coasters is basically I'll do the roller coaster if I can film on it. If I'm going to subject myself to horror, I'm better be able to film it. Yes, Ryan, they did replace the painted glass on on the Sky Bridge. Who wants me to go to the Sky Bridge and do the baseball slide challenge? Sky, no, this bridge is not the Grand Canyon Sky Bridge. I'm not crazy. The Sky Bridge in Gatlinburg. What you do? The challenge is you clip a bunch of padlocks to your pants, and then you do a baseball slide over the glass bottom. I bet whoever did that baseball slide, I bet they were terrified when they heard it crack. Morty, good night. What's the date? What is a week from today? Holly Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Says love your content. That Jurassic boat ride looked terrifying. Something about water, darkness, and animatronics. It doesn't sit right with me. Water, darkness, and animatronics is a recipe for a good time, as far as I'm concerned. The 2nd. So yeah, I think we can do July 2nd is a week from today. So yeah, I think we can do a well, we can aim for doing another live stream on Thursday. Do I have a TV deal? No, I don't have a TV deal. Have I seen a jump in views? The videos, all of the videos that I posted for my recent trip had a little bit of a jump. Nothing too dramatic. Classic TV in Nashville shows my videos. What's classic TV in Nashville? Oh, I went to my eye appointment, and turns out I didn't need new glasses anyways. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to be on TV. When you're on TV, there's so many different people telling you what to do, and everything's so slow and you have to deal with networks and other people's input. I'm so happy here on YouTube that I can just do what I want, not have to ask anyone's permission. Daryl said, "No, I really haven't got a lot of use out of my pivot head glasses." Yeah, I'm happy here on YouTube. Not really one of my goals to try to get on TV. I think I'm happy right where I am. Austin D's Battleship, North Carolina is pretty awesome. It's a pretty cool tour. Yeah, what's that? Joe Cabral says, "Don't want to be working for the man." That's true. For the first time in my life, I've been my own boss, and I'll tell you what, not that eager to get a boss again. Sometimes, even if I could make more money, so you got to weigh that in. Do I want to trade happiness for money? I don't want to. Yeah, I would turn down money to continue to not have a boss. Classic TV from Alexandria, Tennessee, shows YouTube videos. That's interesting. Is that like a TV station? Did I agree to something and forgot about it? Ryan Nodal says Joe Rogan has $100 million licensing deal for his podcast. Well, I mean, if you can make money and stay in charge, that go for it. Come to the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis. I did the haunted house at the Lemp Brewery. So park in Wilmington where Venus flytraps bloom. That sounds fun. I've thought about doing a podcast, Cynthia. I just don't really have the time. I pretty much have a full plate making the videos. What's my opinion about this pandemic going on? As Austin D's, 1 out of 10 would not be plagued again. Frank Holt, thank you for the super chat. Hello, Brent. How are you doing? Favorite Alabama attraction? First thing I think of is Vulcan, the Vulcan statue. Creepy World in Fenton, Missouri. Esteban says that technically this is a podcast if you close your eyes. That is true. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina, so have to wear a mask in public from now on. No, not from now on. I assume it'll stop. But yeah, I mean it's the reality. It sucks, but it's what needs to be done. I personally agree with the decision about the masks. Yeah, Cynthia, I've had ideas for podcast. I think I could talk like a lot of the stuff I covered on this YouTube channel could be done in podcast form, but again, just not sure if I have the time to dedicate to it. I think like getting a podcast off the ground, I think is even harder than getting a YouTube channel off the ground. Ryan Payne. Yes, I posted this question on social media. Let me post it to you guys. So yeah, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut have put in a sort of travel ban from people highly affected areas. So North Carolina is considered a highly affected area. So if I traveled to New York, I would have to do a 2 week quarantine, which obviously I'm not going to do. But I was wondering, am I allowed to just drive through New York? Like, I wanted to get to New Hampshire. New Hampshire is the state I was trying to get to. So would I be allowed to drive through New York in order to get to New Hampshire? Or however that works, the 3 states. I would have to cross through those, at least one of those states to get to New Hampshire. So would I be allowed to just, if I didn't get out of my car, if I just sealed myself in my vehicle and stayed on the highway, would that be allowed? I'm not interested. I'm not interested in breaking any rules, but the order was really not clear about how that was to be enforced. Allie McCollum, I didn't know they had a Volus Whirly gig in Wilmington. Cassie in Columbia, Ohio. Okay, I've heard that recommended several times. A good place to go is Key West, but is it open? Are the museums open and stuff? I don't know if they want people down there. We'll be going to the opening of the Disney parks. I don't think so. It's so hot in Florida right now. No, I didn't get to Rob asked about the Teddy Bear Museum. No, museums are still closed in North Carolina. I love Key West, but I don't know. We'll see. Brenda says you need to stop for gas and restrooms. I don't know if you can. There's got to be info on their state website about it. Yeah, there's really not, though. I looked. I read the order. I read the actual PDF of the order, and it just doesn't. It's just really vague about that. Ryan says I had to ask you how tight the lemur's grip is. I mean, it's just like it just feels like a little tiny person. I mean, just imagine if there was a person about that big. That's what it feels like when they grab grab your hand. Oh, that's a good point. The Moth says gas won't be an issue in New Jersey because they pump your gas for you, and you could just slide your card through the crack in the window. That's a good point. Thank you for that. I've not been to Alaska. I've not been to Alaska or in Hawaii. Not been to either one of the satellite states. Bradley Crowe. I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A much older video. So there she go again. What do you guys think? When do you think? When do you think it's okay to go back to an attraction? Like if I did an attraction, how much time do you think should pass before I go back and film it again? Yeah, that's true. I got some criticism because people didn't. People thought I was too negative about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So was it 3 to 5 years, decades? Geez, that's a long time. Champagne colorized. Yeah, they just made the order like yesterday, I think. So it's a pretty new order. Second tier says Meow Wolf twice a year. I could do Meow Wolf twice a year easily. Kenneth Winters says half my face is tan due to wearing a mask, but it's not noticeable due to the mask. Oh, that's a good point. Uh, John Turner says he does at least 2 years. Director's cut. Jordan loved Meow Wolf more than me. No one loves Meow Wolf more than me. This is the hand sanitizer I carry around. I've been refilling them though, so it's not necessarily what it says on the outside. See, SG says a lot of people say that about Meow Wolf that it's like about drugs or something. I don't see it. I don't use drugs. I enjoy Meow Wolf. I don't think it has anything to do with drugs. I don't know. Yeah, abstract art. You can enjoy abstract art. Doesn't have to. Wilt in real life. Oh, this is good news. Mystery Town USA is open with limited hours now after being marked permanently closed since October. Well, that's interesting. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I was worried they were closed forever. Anything new on Will Russell? Not heard anything about Will in a while. Hope he's doing good. Charlie Collier, to my wife and I retrace your steps. Went to Jodicall Rock to McKaysville, Georgia. Love to find that old abandoned church. Oh, I'll try to remember where that is. I'd say it's in the community of Webster, North Carolina. It's alongside a river. There's a river on one side, the church on the other. If I had better information, I would give it to you. I promise. But that's cool. I love that you do. You like redid one of my trips. Bradley Crow, I've been to the Christmas tree house as well. Yay! Second chair says, do you still have any candy crack? Now, that was not candy crack. That was candy meth. Laura Lisa too. I can't listen to music in chats. Yeah, I would love to be able to play some music in my live stream, but I think that might be fun to listen to music together. That's like an experience, yeah, that's like not available on YouTube because of the copyright laws. YouTube should do that. Like maybe they should like it'd be cool if they added like a feature where maybe you could like pay some money to be able to play music in your live stream. It'd be fun. All right, guys, we've been on here about an hour and a half. I need to finish getting postcards out for this month, so I'm gonna get to work on doing the postcards. But thank you for hanging out with me this evening. Thank you everyone who donated to Super Chat, and just thank you. World's upside down right now. These things shall pass. Thank you, everyone, for your support. And until next time, this one's in the bag.